Hey, good morning, traders. This is Rick with Hit and Run Candlesticks. Today's date is Wednesday, August 26, 2020. I've got 9 trade ideas I'd like to talk to you about that we might be considering over the next several days. Also, I've got six trades that we made yesterday that I will also be talking about. So let's get going. Let's start with a SPY. There we go. The bulls just, it is amazing. The bulls just continue to produce. It almost seems like there's not a bear in the woods at all. The forest is just nothing. Is nothing but bulls out there in the forest. A lot of steak. So, with that said, today doesn't look any different. I don't see anything pre-market that says the market is, going to fall apart. Remember, Mr. Jerome Powell will be talking tomorrow, and that could shake the market just a little bit. Even if we have some kind of a little pullback here, as long as we follow that trend here, the trend up, and you can, if you want to draw, say, something like that, where we're touching these lower parts of these candles, the lower parts of these candles, you can see the trend moving up. Or you can use something like the trendicator. The trendicator here, when price is above the green dots, that would generally mean you're bullish. And when price is below red dots, that would generally mean that you're bearish. You still have to evaluate the overall chart. Now, as you can see, we have pulled quite a ways pushed quite a ways above the trend line here. So, needless to say, I am a little bit nervous that we're going to see some sort of consolidation, some sort of correction. And a correction is not a bad thing. Correction can be a good thing. As long as the correction stays within the trend, I think that sets charts up for better buys and even to push higher. So bottom line, as long as we stay above the trend line, I'll remain bullish. We start breaking below the trend line, then I will be looking at something a little more toward the bearish side. So let's take a look at VXX really quick too. VXX, are we trying to form a bottom in here? We could be. We have a low, high. This is not a high or low, more of a double bottom, if anything, just slightly lower than over here. But for the most part, it is trying to hold up. So if I start to see VXX get through 85.12 and then up here at 25.80, 85, start pushing on those red dots. And if we start pushing on those red dots and we break out above it, they're going to start turning green. If they start turning green, then I most definitely will be looking at some short possibilities. So we'll keep an eye on that. FNGU, we follow this chart here at Hit and Run Candlesticks an awful lot because it represents the big tech, and the big tech is what's leading this market. So we do follow that quite a bit. Look how this has lifted quite a bit, where the 17 has not lifted quite as fast with it. Here's a case right here where it did the same thing, and you can see what happened. We pulled back, and that's what I'm concerned with, is we're getting so far away, we may need a small little correction. Now, at this point, I'm just being very cautious with my trades, and I'm being a real stickler with my road to wealth rules. And taking those base hits. So really that's the only change I'm making, is just being a super stickler with the road to wealth rules on profit taking. So, all right, let's take a look at some charts. Facebook. Facebook is trending, being very nice here. Facebook has rallied up, and here we've broken out here. So what I'm going to do is put a line near the low of yesterday's candle. And then let's just get rid of this one right here. Then I'm going to put a buy box in here like that. And I'm going to look for an inside day. We may talk about this chart during the day. If we see an inside day, and if the scanner can show that buyers are coming in, then this may be a buy right in here. Looking for it to move up a bit higher here. 280, this could be a $300 stock before you know it. 305, 310. And that would be a pretty nice move in Facebook. So right now I'm bullish on Facebook, and I would be shopping for a trade inside the buy box. Maxim, MXIM, has formed a nice little wedge right in here. Pretty tight trading, a lot of dojis, a lot of indecision. And then all of a sudden yesterday we had this big pop over here. So this is another one where I'm watching for an inside day. Inside day is one of my favorite trades, pulling back like this. So a big pop inside day. Also, if you are a trap trader, which I'm a trap trader, then we can put the 3 exponential moving average on here like that. And you can see that if we have an inside day, what will happen is the 3 will curl around it. And that will be a 3/8 trap as well. Today, tomorrow, or the next day, the following several days. So that's what I'm kind of looking for. A pullback, maybe closer to this trend line right here. Whoops, not that. That right there. Closer to that trend line, inside day, and that'll also be a trap play, which is one of my absolute favorite trading chart patterns on Maxim. Maxim, we're looking at $70. We could easily run up and challenge this top up here at 73.50. At 73.50, I see no reason why we can't get in the 76, 78 area maybe on Maxim in the near future. Now in OW. Been trading kind of right along here with making some higher lows. It finally pushed all the sellers out, and then buyers stepped in. And if we look at this, let's do that. You can see how we rallied up and pulled back for a low, high, higher low, and then we ran up for a higher high. We broke out of that area right in there. Now we're moving sideways in a what we call a pop out of the box, which really we need another candle in there to be an official pop out of the box. Let's do this here. So there we go, right in there. And I just noticed that this thing is gapping up. That kind of throws a wrench in it. Okay. These charts I picked last night for today, and I see this one's gapping up. So let's treat now like this. If we're gapping up, what we'll do is switch to a 15-minute chart. We'll switch to that 15-minute chart, and then we'll wait for the first 15-minute bar to trade, and we'll put a line right underneath that first 15-minute bar, kind of like this right here. And then we'll trade above that line. Anything below, there we go, anything below that line right in there, then we won't be looking at trading that. We'll be assuming that it's going to pull back and fill the gap. But if it starts trading above that area, so right now it's looking like 460, 475, but the market has an hour and a half before it opens, so anything can change. Then we'll look at trading that, especially if it starts to break out. And this is all we have to work with right now. This is live, real time, so pre-market. So we'll keep an eye on now. That's nice that it's gapping up. Let's take a look at Square, SQ. Square may be setting up here. We've rallied up. We got too far away from the trend indicator. too far away from the T line as well. We had a pullback. We rally up. Let's do this. Here we rally up. See how we consolidate? We pop up. See how we're consolidating again right in there? So what we're going to be looking for is an entry at about this level right in here. 173.28 I have on this. I'm going to actually raise that up. Let's raise that up to about 177.85, and then we can actually maybe push it up a little bit. Now let's just leave it right there. Let's leave that right there, just a little bit of a swing trade on that one. SNPs, S-N-P-S, SNPs. Let's drop this down here. SNPs is broken out, and now it's consolidating. So what I'll be looking for here is a buy inside the buy box, or wait for a breakout and a test, and then we'll look to make money to the upside like that. Another one is cost. Cost is acting quite well. Let's see, we're going to get rid of this. There we go. Cost is acting pretty good. On a breakout, cost has the ability to get to 367 up here. Costco. Buying inside this area makes sense. You just know you want to keep a tight stop in there. And let's put, we're going to use this big candle over here 3 days ago. What is that? The 21st, the low of that candle as a stop. So buying in here makes sense to me. I like doing that large bodied candle inside days. I like buying in here. And I can also see a buy on that breakout with a successful test. I apologize. I can tell that my voice is starting to give way. This head cold I have is really messing with me a little bit. At some moments I do think it's getting better, and then sometimes I think it's not. But we'll push through here. So win is a what we call a rounded bottom breakout. That's the strategy that we call it, and we're looking for trades on this between the 50-day simple and the 200 simple up here. Here we have a gap down, doji gap up. We're cruising quite nice, and we have an inside day yesterday. So what I'm looking for here is follow through and or a buy on another inside day. That might be a little high. Let's go down a little. A nice little buy right inside this area, and we're looking for the price to run toward the 200-day simple moving average on this. Another one is UNM. This is also a rounded bottom breakout. Let's get rid of all that, those lines. There we go. So all this through here, by the way, is a rounded bottom breakout. It's a rounded bottom breakout between the 50 and the 200. And again, we're looking for the 200 to be challenged. Here we broke out, ran up to the dotted deuce, came back, tested the 50 again, dotted deuce again, tested the 50 again, dotted deuce, and actually broke out. And as all this is happening, you can see the rising lows. And now that brings the 50 closer to the dotted deuce here. Day before yesterday was a fantastic candle day. Good price action. Yesterday was a nice little inside day. So now what we're shopping for is something in that neighborhood right there, with the idea that it's going to run toward that 200-day simple moving average and possibly break out. STZ, here, let's get rid of those lines. There we go. And let's go back to this chart. There we are. So STZ, this was actually a trade idea here, a few days ago, I think. And I really like the way it's acting right now. Here we've rallied up, and we've consolidated. We rallied up again. We've consolidated right here. And here we broke out. And we broke out, and we closed yesterday with an inside day. So let's put a line right in here. Right there. That candle there. We broke out and closed. Now an inside day. So let's come over here and put the buy box in there. So I'm thinking a buy box somewhere in that area right there. Target-wise, right now, I don't see any reason why it can't get back up to 190, challenge 190, and possibly move a little bit higher. All right, that's the trade ideas that we're adding to the watch list. Some were already there. Now let's take a look at some trades that I made yesterday. Okay, a few trades yesterday. Let's start with early in the morning. SBUX. I sold half my SBUX yesterday, not right away in the morning, but shortly after the market opened on the gap. I sold half, collecting 15% profit. So that was a great trade. And, here at Hit Run Candlesticks, and the way I trade my Road to Wealth account is we're all about taking profits, and we love base hits. So that was a nice base hit yesterday morning at 15%. Well, as the day went on, I ended up selling the balance of SBUX here. And let me get the number for you. There we go. We sold the second half of SBUX near the high end of the candle today. Wasn't at the highs. It was near the high end of the candle. And we sold that for 39.5%. So overall, yesterday, SBUX was a killer trade. Absolutely a killer trade. Now we'll wait for a little consolidation, and we'll consider getting back into it. Another trade that we made was, there it is, we bought some AMD. We bought AMD in the morning and here. And AMD moved up pretty nice here, pretty happy with it. AMD still looks good, but because of our Road to Wealth rules and the way we take base hits, we ended up selling AMD at the close yesterday for 19%. Couldn't pass that up. So that's another 19% we were able to put in the account to grow it, to double it, and that's our goal for 2021, 2021, is to grow it, to double it in 12 months. So that's one of the ways that we do that. Another trade that we made, and we posted earlier, that we were in GLW. Now, I closed GLW yesterday just for a small 4.23% gain. I brag about 4% gains. Some people scoff at them, but you guys all saw how we doubled. Well, actually, we more than doubled. We took $5,100 January 2018, and we grew the account to 1,400% in less than 30 months. This is how we do it. We take our profits, we control our losses, we're very cautious, and we only take good quality trades. Well, I still like GLW, but I wasn't willing to risk the profits on it, so I closed it out. But I'm also willing to get back in it if it starts setting up again. Another trade that we closed out yesterday was MDLZ. I closed that out for 6%. Now, honestly, I was really hoping that it would get up here to 58.50. But with being up 1, 2, 3, and yesterday was 4, the high, I made it 4 bars up here. I got a little nervous, and I made the decision that, do I want to risk my 6% or do I want to take my 6%? So I took it. Again, that's how we grew a $5,000 account to over $75,000 account in less than 30 months, is taking profits like this and just following these simple rules. So there you go. There's some trades that we took yesterday. Today we hope to also make a few more trades. Remember that Jerome Powell talks tomorrow, and that can be a game changer. I want to wish everyone a great trading day, and a great trading the rest of your week. I hope to see you all in the trading room. Thank you very much for watching our video. And if you like it, give us a thumbs up. I appreciate that. And please subscribe. That way you'll never miss a video. You'll be notified each time we put a video out there. Thanks again.